But I want you to hear from Sean Miller talking about halftime, the adjustments at halftime, and how all season long it's been one of those things that has been an Achilles heel for Texas.
You guys all are very familiar faces at this point. You've kind of watched our team. You know, you almost at halftime could have predicted what was going to happen ahead of time. You know, we had a big lead. You know, we have to guard against complacency. We have to set the tone. You have to be a two-way team, meaning you have to be able to connect defense with offense and offense with defense.
And that was one of the things too, Mark. You sit there and you've watched this team and we understand exactly what it is that we're seeing. But goodness gracious, when you have a 17-point lead, you have to find a way to put your foot on their throat.
Well, you also have to call a timeout when you come out of the break in the first 3 minutes. Every time that Mark got the ball, he got trapped. So they changed their defensive philosophy and strategy in the second half, which is a good move. That's a good coaching move. So you got to play the chess game too. You can't just put it all on effort, and you can't just put it all on what you were doing in the first half, because they made adjustments to try to stop what you were doing in the first half. And I thought that at some point they would have said no, like run off the screeners and dribble and go to the basket. Like now you're trailing. So those guys have to be able to make the adjustment on the floor, but you make that adjustment as a coach too. So it's team. It's not just the players not, holding up their side. Everybody's got to hold up their side.
Texas shot 34 free throws, though, so they were going to the basket. I mean, it wasn't like they were just standing on the perimeter. You saw Cam
No, I didn't say that they
were
standing on the perimeter. I'm saying that that's the strategy to trapping, is when you get the ball, go to the basket.
Yeah. And, you look at what Cam Heide was able to do. He wasn't shooting threes as much, but he was definitely dunking on people and taking his aggression to the rim. Tremont Mark doing what he always does. He's become very consistent, kind of like Dalen Swain. We know what we're going to expect from him. But one of the biggest stories was about Jordan Pope and the substitution. Jordan understood that there's going to be a switch. You got to be able to switch on the screen, because they had Max Miniman was on fire for them, and Mac McKinnon, was their best three-point shooter. He was also getting to the rim. He finished with 27 points. They had 4 guys in double figures. But you have to make a switch, and if you didn't make the switch, it was time for you to go to the bench, and Coach Miller was asked about the switch, the substitution, and what was going through his mind at that time.
Actually, my thoughts were, there's this hill that's right outside of Moody, between Moody and BBR. I don't know if you guys see it. Yeah. A couple of our teams actually train, like they do conditioning on it. And I was wondering if we could get them to go out there at the timeout, run a couple hills and bring them back, and then put them back in, for missing the switch. That's actually was actually on my mind when it happened. But it's just accountability. It's nothing personal. It's not, I can't believe it, I hate you. That's not it. It's, what we talk about is to switch. On that particular play, it's crucial you switch, because if you don't, McKinnon is going to shoot a 3. Are we clear? Is everybody on it? Talk about echo the call. You heard it. Did you tell your teammate? Did you remind your teammate? Did your teammate remind his teammate? Are we in it? Are we locked in on the details of the game? And then you go out and you miss that switch and he makes a 3. Oftentimes that's the play that does you in. So it's not about getting upset with him as much as, to your point, just trying to make sure he understands the severity of missing that as a basketball player. It's the difference between winning and losing, and having him to be more alert in that scenario.